Hello guys, I welcome you to our channel Nota Bene Tech on Tube. And in the last video we discuss how to I presented you our model of a static website that we have developed for our entity, which is Global Wars BPO. And I told you in that video as well that we're going to develop the custom website development, and for that, or dynamic website development. So as a continuing process of learning and improving ourselves, I have taken an assessment skill for JavaScript, and we have a lot more to be done, obviously, for different tools and different softwares. So starting as a learning process from JavaScript, I've taken out a assessment skill test just to see how we can actually deal, or what our understanding as a general person, or as a first time beginner, how we can assess our understanding towards the programming, which can lead us to more advanced programming. So JavaScript as in proof for building the dynamic website later on. So I'll just going to start my assessment quiz. What is printed to the console when a web page loads the following scripts? The script is given is var foo is equal to 20, a variable foo is 27, function is given foo is 42, script console log window, and this what is printed to the console when a web page loads the following scripts. Okay, so undefined 42, null or 27, I believe, because a variable foo is 27, the function would call 42, and the log window will display 42. I believe that is the result. Yes, it is the correct one. Given the following console is equal to log sum 123, which is 6, and log sum 1 2 3 4, which is 10, which of the functions return these results? Function sum the arg is this, and return the args reduce previous current and return previous plus current, and function is equal to sum the args, return the args dot reduce previous current, and it goes to return previous plus current. And we have another option of function sum the arguments and return the arguments dot reduce previous current, and it will be return previous plus current. And function is equal to return for arguments into reduce previous current into return previous and current. So console, the log sum, return these 6 and 10 would be returned by return previous plus current. The arguments are in console log. It would be return this one, log this one, sorry. Okay, it was the earlier one, so it is an incorrect one. Okay, let me see. Function sum the arguments can be more than one. You're summing up the arguments. Okay, because the purpose is just from the start. The problem is just in for starting. It's just in the starting, not in the end, not in the middle. So I believe It's like yeah, just to give an idea that what is the whole reason of this function. Some the arguments, return the arguments, reduce previous and current, and then it would be return previous plus current. Okay, so the next question would be, if you want to ensure two variables or values have both the same type and value, you should use the triple equals operator. Why? If you want to ensure two variables or values have both the same type and value, you should use the triple equals operator. Why? Variables or value have both the same type and variable. Avoid trying to perform type conversion and compares the values and expressions on each end by their understood type in addition to their value. Is always faster due to not converting each expression to the same type. Performs type conversion to compare the values and will give a consistent result even if the values compared are different types. Only does a small shallow comparison for nested objects. You must use this to ensure you are comparing all of the values. Performs type conversion to compare the values and will give a consistent result even if the values compared are different types. It is always faster due to not converting each expression to the same type. This might be the true one. Oh fuck, man. It's not. Sorry for the loose tongue. Sorry. Avoids trying to perform type conversion and compares the values or expressions on each end by their understood type in addition to their value. Okay, avoids trying to perform type conversion. The question is that if you want to ensure two variables or values have both the same type and value, you should use the triple equals operator, because it avoids trying to perform type conversion and compares the values and expressions on each end by their understood type in addition to their value. Okay. Because it compares the values of expression on each end. That's the point. What is the difference between let y is equal to plus plus x and let y is equal to x plus plus? What is the difference between let y is equal to plus plus x and let y is equal to x plus plus? These statements are identical in JavaScript. No, let y is equal to, and will first increment x and then assign the result to y while keeping the original value of x the same. Let y is equal to this will assign the value of x to y but have a side effect of changing the value of x. Let y is equal to this will first increment x and will then assign the result to y. Let y will first assign the value of x to y and then increment x. First assign the value of x to y and then increment x, and let y will first increment x then assign the result to y. That would be the result. Oh my god. Okay, I've just taken it too quick, I believe. Let y will first increment x and then assign the result to y. That's absolutely fine. Let y is equal to this. We'll first assign the value of x to y and then increment x. Yes, that should be the result. I've just taken it too quick. How you can recreate the following function expression into a function declaration. Let my function is equal to function statements, function my function statements, new function my function. Let my function is equal to function another function statements, function my statements. Function is my function, and that would be a function into a function declaration. That would be this one. And how can you recreate the following function expression into a function declaration? Let my function is equal to function statements. Okay, how you can create the following function expression into a function declaration? फंक्शन डिक्लेरेशन में तो आपकी सिर्फ और सिर्फ following function expression into a function declaration. Function my function, new function my function, let my function is equal to this, and that would be, I believe so, that would be this one. Okay. How can you declare a class with a constructor? Using the class keyword and simply defining member variables before any internal closures. Using the class class with a constructor. Using prototypical declaration and defining the constructor property. That was the correct answer. Okay. What is the result of the expression this 10% 3? It's the remainder, I believe. So it would be 1. Would be correct answer. Yes. What happens when the continue statement is hit in the following snippet? It will the inner loop skips and let I is equal to 0 and I is equal to less than 100. You keep up adding the I for the next iteration loop. J less than 50. Console log I continue and console log j. So that would be the inner loop terminates early. The inner loop skips to the next iteration. The outer loop terminates early. This is the correct answer. How can you call a function and assign the context to an object? Function is equal greet variable reply is equal to this animal, and a variable object is equal to animal cats. Function greet variable reply is equal to this animal. That is the correct answer. What library or object contains basic mathematical functionality and common constants? It's the built-in, I believe, math.js library. Oh fuck, my man. Script tags that are loaded in the head tag are generally considered to decrease page performance. Why? Script tags that are loaded in the head tag are generally considered to decrease page performance. Why? The page passing pauses until the script is executed. Scripts often add a DOM elements which is extremely expensive when done in the head. Okay, script tags are loaded in the head tag are generally considered to decrease. Okay, they are loaded and sure the page must be lit. That is correct answer, I believe. Okay, the page passing onto the script is executed. Okay. Which answer correctly shows a function being involved with the value of another function as an argument? Function getStore latest function, and which answer correctly shows a function being invoked with the value of another function as an argument? It is getStore latest function. Oh, getStore latest function. What is the correct syntax for declaring a default parameter? It is default parameter. This one, yeah, this one is the correct one. And how many times will this loop execute? For let I is equal to 0, I is equal to 20. If I is, how many times will this execute? This will execute definitely for the 15 and one for another, that would be 16. Because for let I is equal to 0, I less than 20, add up another. If I is equal to 10, up till 10 it will continue definitely, and if I is equal to 15 it will break, but it will continue till it is less than 20. So adding another one for for starting from I is equal to 0, yeah, so it would be the 16 altogether. And where would be the best place to close the file opened by the snippet below? Let my file try my file is equal to, okay, opens synchronize file path to file A, append file my file text to add, okay, catch E, handle error. After the try catch finally, at the end of the try block, in a finally block in a finally block, and in the catch block, in a finally block and in the catch block, I believe. Where to put it? Where would be the best place to close the file opened by the snippet below? At the end of the try block, in a fine, oh yeah, you're right, I'm right. Oh, if a variable is used before it is declared, what is its scope? Assume that the script is not running in strict mode. If a variable is used before it is declared, what is its scope? Assume that the script is not running in strict mode. Global. Assume that what is the scope? Assume that the script is not running in strict mode. In the statement, let x is equal to a, b colon is c. If a is false, what value is assigned to x? If a is false, then it would be c. So What function can you use to schedule a function to be called after at least a specified amount of time? What function can you use to schedule a function to be called after at least a specified amount of time? What function can schedule this type of behavior to repeat? Set timeout, loop timeout, schedule task, repeat task, defer task, repeat task, set timeout, and what function can you use to schedule a function to be called after at least a specified amount of time? What function schedule this type of behavior to repeat? This would be this one, I believe. Set timeout and set interval. So the skill IQ is 25 percentile. Proficient, that means according to that platform, the standing is that I am a proficient JavaScript programmer, but it's not enough, because obviously you have to have an expert opinion, but with the passage of time, we're definitely going to improve. And I'll end up my video. I'm just going to come up with the different sort of quizzes on different altogether concepts, especially available at this platform. Some of the important concepts and the relevant quizzes, and we'll try to attempt those concepts, and let's see where we stand altogether. And by the combination of all concepts at the end of our journey, we'll able to develop, I believe, initially a website which might be a dynamic one, and which might be a custom based one, or a website, the e-commerce. Let's see how we're going to turn up in our journey down the road. So keep watching the quizzes, keep watching the available future videos. I appreciate that you had just watched us, and there was some mistakes that were made actually due to some so much you can say handled immaturely some of the questions, but the answers were certain that I'll just taken up some breath. I will able to actually answer some of the questions that were so basic, but nevertheless I'll improve myself for the other concepts, and let's see where we can stand. I appreciate that you've watched us all the way. Thank you very much. Take care and have a nice day.